What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm back here at Chevrolet in Punta Gorda, Florida, and I have an exciting video for you today. This is a brand new 2025 Chevy Equinox, a brand new trim that's called the Active, and today I'm going to take you on a complete tour of it. We're going to check it out as far as the design, powertrain, capacities, technology, and the test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and now let's get back to this. The first Equinox was introduced in 2005, so 20 years ago, but I think it was flying under the radar. It was never competing against the mainstream compact SUVs such as the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4. But I believe with this new model, Chevy's about to change all that. So we're going to take it on a complete tour, starting with the exterior of it. And that, of course, is completely brand new. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Right on top, you have the LED daytime running lamps / turn signals. Below, you'll find a set of LED projector beam headlamps. And underneath that, you'll find a set of fog lamps. We have this smoked chrome that surrounds this piano black grille, black Chevy bow tie front view camera. On the side, you have this active trim piece. And down below, you have part of this grille or part of this front bumper that's painted in the same color as the rest of the vehicle. The bottom of it is finished with matte black. But let's see what powers up this brand new 2025 Equinox. And that is the same 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 175 horsepower. Now, the torque's going to be different whether you choose the front-wheel drive, which is going to be mated to a CVT transmission at 183 pound-feet of torque, and the all-wheel drive is going to be mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. That's going to have 203 pound-feet of torque. Now, the Active is available with both, either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This particular one is the front-wheel drive. We still have this ugly prop stick on the side, some sound insulation. I'm really excited to take it for a spin at the end of this video. And this Active trim is definitely a very unique look. It's meant to be taken off the beaten path. Now, I wouldn't take it to Moab or anything like this, but if you're going to your campsite or trailhead, it's probably going to get you there. Now, I would still go with the all-wheel drive versus the front-wheel drive, but if you want to save a few dollars and still have this off-roady look, you can go for the front-wheel drive as well. As far as the size of it, we have 183 in length, so just about the same as the previous generation one, but it is 2.5 inches wider at 74.9 inches wide. It also looks like a proper SUV versus, I don't know what the other one looked like. But anyway, so let's take a look at the wheel and tire setup because this is unique to the Active trim. We have 17-inch wheels, kind of gray with the polished aluminum on the side. But look at the tires. They're very aggressive General Grabber tires. 235 by 65 is the tire size. I also want to point out the wheel arches. They're nice and squared off, kind of giving you that more masculine look of this vehicle. And if you look at the bottom of it, it's all covered with this matte black cladding to kind of protecting the bottom of the vehicle for all the rock chips. Equinox spelled out, and this is the first time ever that we have the ability to choose a two-tone color scheme. And on this particular one, we have the cacti green main color and white top. White are the caps of the mirrors, front pillars as well. Everything else is covered with matte black. Now we have the side view camera and the mirror. We also have the blind spot assist, and this vehicle is equipped with a smart entry system. You can lock it or unlock it without pressing any buttons on the key fob. And here it is, guys, the shark fin. Basically, this is the characteristic of almost all of the new Chevy SUVs. We've seen it on the Traverse, we've even seen it on the Trax and the new Trailblazer as well. So let's move around the corner here and check out the backside of it. You can definitely see the width of this vehicle. LED lights, brand new, nice and bright. I like the styling of it. Black Chevy bow tie. You have one camera down here for the rear view camera. You have another camera right here underneath this gate spoiler for the digital mirror. Third brake light. I kind of wish that they hit it underneath that gate spoiler. You have active on one side, Equinox on the other side. No visible exhaust. And if this vehicle had a tow hitch for the front wheel drive, I believe it's 800 pounds. But if you go with the all-wheel drive, you can tow up to 1,500 pounds. And here's your key fob. Press it twice to get this gate open, and let's see how much room we have. What's going on? Unlock it. Now it goes. And here it is, guys. Actually pretty impressive as far as the cargo capacity, about 27 cubic feet of cargo. It extends to almost 69 if you fold down the seats. Now, the seats have the 60-40 split, but in this generation, we don't have those levers to pull and release them. So if you're tall enough, you can do it from here. Otherwise, you'd have to actually go inside and do that. Illumination in the cargo space. We also have the 12-volt power outlet. Let's see what we have underneath here. All right, so we have an additional storage and the spare tire, which is underneath this storage. That's what's going on in the cargo area. Let's see how much room we have for passengers. And starting right here with this rear door panel, I like this maple sugar interior color. So this is all nice and soft. This is hard plastic, this is hard plastic, but this is where your touch points are going to be. We have a little bit more storage at the bottom. And check this out, guys. So love this interior color scheme. So we have this maple sugar with black, and this is the EvoTex with suede seating areas. Nice and soft, looking really good too. So we have this middle armrest that folds open, of course, with the cup holders. Bit of storage in both the driver and passenger seats. The rear seats are heated. Now, this is part of this optional package. And then we have the rear vents down here, as well as two USB Type-C ports. Now, look at the floor, completely flat. So should have plenty of room for all the passengers right here in the back. We have some illumination on top. Let me jump inside and see if I can fit behind myself. So I adjusted the front seat to my regular sitting position. I'm 5'11", almost 6 feet tall, and plenty of room. Guys, look at this. I have about 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches in front of my knees before I would hit the driver's seat. I have about 4 inches over my head. So very nice, very spacious. The seats are actually nice and soft, very comfortable, and I have plenty of shoulder room as well. And before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Okay, that's all right. It's not the best. It's not the worst. We're going to do it again from the inside just to check it out. And the front door panel, just like on the rear, this is nice and soft. We also have two memory seat settings, lock, unlock, window mirror, lock controls. And then down at the bottom, we have the opening for the rear gate. Look at the size of the storage right here. We also have a speaker. And as far as the seats, we have the power adjustments on both driver and passenger seats, with the driver's seat having the, well, this is on the front and back lumbar support. Now, check this out. We have active, so you know which trim you're sitting in. This is suede, and the seats really nicely sculpted, very comfortable too. Before we jump inside, let me show you something. They moved the shifter to the column, so now we have all this space that you can hide some stuff underneath here. Nothing too crazy as far as the pedal box on the side of the steering wheel. You have the brake pedal. You can turn off that automatic start-stop feature, auto hold for your brake, and the dimmer for the instrument cluster. And also check out these vents, kind of the retro styling, looking really good. Let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of this interior. All right, you ready? Actually, it sounds better from the inside than from the outside. Well, let's check it out and let's see what's going on. First of all, the whole design of this vehicle has changed completely. I already showed you this vent, but take a look at it. Kind of this retro styling. It has this almost like a digital looking trim around it. I like this. This is piano black, but if you look at top, it has some texture on the inside. You also have the same trim that covers the doors. This is like the neoprene material with some texture on it. Really nice and soft. And of course, we have two big screens. What an improvement over the last generation one. Now, there is no head-up display. This is kind of like, I think it's just a warning thing because it blinks red, for example, if there's something coming, like if you have the doors open, etc. Anyways, if you take a look at the steering wheel, nice and decent size steering wheel. We have leather wrapping, we have some stitching on the inside, a bunch of buttons. Let's see what's going on. On the left hand side, we have the cruise control settings, and you can set the cruise control. Now, does it have the adaptive cruise control? I don't see the adjustments of the gap. Curious. I have to look at the sticker. I'll let you know in the comments over there. Now, voice control, and then we have the heated steering wheel. We also have the different features that I'm going to show you that what's going on in the instrument cluster, black Chevy bow tie, and then we have the pedal shifters. Now, this is simulated gears, of course, on the CVT transmission, but if you go with the all-wheel drive, I think it actually switches the gears. Now, on the stalks itself, so you can have the brights, like you can flash somebody with the brights or turn them on, but the light controls are actually moved on to the infotainment system, and this is basically for the blinkers and the wipers on the other side. That's where they moved the shifter. So you can see this is the column style shifter we've seen on some of the other models before. Pull it towards you, put it up, and that's reverse. Push it to go back into the parking mode. Let's take a look and see what's going on in this 11-inch display. Right now I have a map that's set up as the main display, and on the left hand side at the bottom you still have the main features of the vehicle, main info that you need, like the speed, the range. Up on top you have the temperature and the direction that we're facing. Let's see what else is here. So this is, oh yeah, it does have the adaptive cruise control, as you can see. And now we have a very simple display just with the speedometer, and then you also have the sign recognition right here. Push it one more time, and there you go. This is more of a standard display. Then can we change anything here? So this is your radio favorites, and then 80s and 80s classic rewind. Let's go back out of here. Okay, we're out on the left-hand side. You have the time, you have the temperature, date, and let's move on to this big display. This is the 11.3-inch display. We have the big power button. This is not where you start the car. This is just for this screen right here. Where you start the car is actually at the bottom right here on the left-hand side. You see it's running. It's got the green light. And but let's see. Let's turn it on. We're going to focus our attention on driving while driving, stay in demo mode for now. And yes, this is that Google-based infotainment system we've seen so many times on different models. I'm not going to go feature by feature, but let's take a look at a couple things. First of all, this button right on top, this is where you can control your lights. You see more control, light control, dome light, fog lights, auto high beams, headlamps. Right now I have them on. You can put it in auto, so they're going to be on whenever they need it to. Vehicle status, Google Assistant, Play Store, because yes, you can actually download some of your favorite Google apps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Once they are paired up with the phone, they're going to be highlighted, either one, of course. Now we have the camera. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Wow, nice, bright, vivid colors too. Kind of wish that I took out a little bit more of that space, but I'm not complaining because take a look at the quality of it. Look at the grass. You can see every single piece of grass over there. Now, front camera, rear camera. I also have the top-down view from the front, from the rear, and the side views. Definitely something that you'll find useful, especially if you do decide to take it off the beaten path. And then let's go to see what else we have. So as far as the navigation, we have the Google Maps. And yes, this is the first time anybody used it. So we're going to just go to map. Very nice display. Look at this. Okay, you use it just like basically use it on your tablet or phone. If you haven't used Google Maps, I definitely encourage you to try it. This is a really cool system. And then as far as the audio, we have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth. This one doesn't have any branded stereo, so just a regular stereo. And it sounds actually decent, but unfortunately I can't present it to you due to YouTube copyright policies. All right, what else we have? Home screen. In settings, climate. So you can open this up and adjust the temperature from here. You can also adjust it from the bottom, the hard buttons or hard dials, if you will. And back to home, Wi-Fi hotspot, maps, phone controls, My Chevrolet, podcast, news. So very nice infotainment system. Down here at the bottom, another set of vents, and here is the shortcuts buttons for basically your climate control. So you can adjust it because you can see dual zone climate control. And right now it's synced. You also have the ventilated seats, heated seats, of course heated steering wheel as well. These are your shortcut buttons for that climate control. USB Type A, USB Type C here, and here's your charging pad. You slide your phone in here. Actually, it can fit quite a large phone. And different modes. So what do we have as far as mode? Let's take a look. Snow and ice, normal. Snow and ice, normal. That's it? All right. I thought it was going to be more modes. I guess with the all-wheel drive, you also get the off-road mode. You don't get it with the front-wheel drive. This is a front-wheel drive. We have cup holders, but more storage here. Open up the console, more storage underneath here. Let's move up to the top, see what's going on. So you see that second camera, because you can turn on your digital mirror. Nice safety feature, in my opinion. You also have the ability to adjust the settings of the camera. Up on top, you have your OnStar sunglasses holder. Tons of headroom, but no sunroof. And you have the illuminated mirrors. And this is the interior of this 2025 Equinox. Let's talk about pricing and take it for a spin. As far as the pricing and trim levels, LT, $29,995. This is the base one. If we go with the all-wheel drive, $31,995. And then either active or RS, $34,395 as far as the front-wheel drive, and $36,395 as far as the all-wheel drive. Now, the RS is more of that sporty appearance. The active is the more adventure one. So depending on which one you like, both of them have really nice feature. I'm going to bring the RS on the channel as well so you can see of what's different, which one you like better. But I'm really excited about the LT, the base one, to see what that has for about $30,000. If you like that, stay tuned. Another video is going to have that LT model. And we're going to start this drive portion of this review in this parking lot. And I'm going to see how tight this vehicle radius is and make a quick circle. All right. It's actually nice and tight. We have some potholes in here. See how it handles. But also what I notice is the suspension. This is a firmer suspension feel and the firmer steering wheel feel than what I have in the Equinox that I'm driving. For those of you who don't know, I also have a real job. This is more of a hobby for now than the job, but I am driving a Chevy Equinox as a company vehicle. And I've had it for the last 2 years. I put almost 100,000 miles on it. And I have to tell you, other than oil changes, regular maintenance, tires and brakes, I have not have to take this vehicle to a dealership for anything. So I was never a Chevy guy. I was never a domestic vehicle person until I got into the Equinox that I'm driving for work. And wow, I am really impressed with the reliability of at least the one that I have. I don't know how this one's going to be, but it's the same engine. It's probably going to feel the same, even though Chevy said that they tweaked the programming on the engine, that it should be more responsive, because getting it up to speed, especially on the expressway, that is definitely a challenge. So we're going to take it on the road and see how this vehicle drives. Seats are nice and comfortable, tons of room, definitely wider and taller than the one that I have. And I believe the one that I have is a 2020, I want to say, or 2021. Technology, a huge improvement. I have this tiny little, maybe 7-inch screen with the wired Android Auto that I've been using, all the time, basically. But it would be really nice to get an upgrade to something like this. I hope the company's going to upgrade it to the new Equinox, even though if it's going to be an LT, because I don't think they're going to splurge for, something that's the higher trim. Well, let's get on the road, merge in traffic. It does have the same feel, kind of like the one that I'm driving. This has the CVT transmission. I also would like to check out the all-wheel drive with the 8-speed automatic transmission. I think it's going to have a slightly different feel on the road. All right, so this being the active trim, it has these more aggressive tires as you've seen on the outside, and you can definitely hear some of that tire hum coming into the cabin. So consider that before you go out and say, hey, you know what, I like it because it looks cool. If you're not going to use it, you know, this is going to be a little bit noisier than the more road-oriented tires. But other than that, you know, other than the rapid acceleration, the engine noise is very minimal in the cabin here. And speaking of acceleration, let's go. It takes a little bit for the turbo to kick in. Once it starts going, we got at 47. That's about it, what I can do here. So yeah, don't expect this to beat any records as far as speeding, but it's definitely safe to merge in traffic. Just allow yourself that little extra second or so before you enter the road. If you see somebody approaching fast, definitely take that into consideration. Overall, I think it's a huge improvement over the outgoing, the 2024 generation that we've had, I believe, since 2019. It looks better on the outside. It's more boxy. It's more proper SUV looking. The technology on the inside is amazing. It's also a lot roomier. It's wider, and you can feel that. You know, me being 5'11", I have plenty of room. I don't feel claustrophobic. It's very comfortable. The seats are nice and comfortable as well. So it's got a lot of things going for it. And as far as the pricing, at $29,995 is definitely a competitive starting price. Not bad for a larger SUV. Now, keep in mind that it's going to share the same engine and transmission as this one. Of course, it's not going to have as many cool features. As a matter of fact, I am doing a review of a base LT. So if you are interested in that one, you can definitely check out that video as well. And see for yourself what you get for the base price of just over $30,000. And of course, as far as this active trim line, this has been the theme for many other competitors. You have the X Pro in Kia, XRT in Hyundai, you have the TRD off-road as far as the Toyota. Now, Honda doesn't have a CRV Trail Sport, but they do have it on the Ridgeline Pilot and Passport. So maybe that's coming too. And I just saw a Rogue that came out with the Rock Creek edition. So that's, again, this is the more off-roady adventurous style. So let me know, guys, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you think it has a chance to compete against the Toyota RAV4, Honda CRV, Hyundai Tucson, Kia Sportage, or would you choose any of the other ones, and why? I'd love to hear your comments. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video is helpful. I hope you learned one or two things about this brand new Equinox. Let me know what you think about it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're part of the Carguy family, I can't thank you enough for helping me grow the channel. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.